Hello guys, welcome to another exciting day. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to YJ Digital World. I remain your regular host, Agu Joseph. So in today's tutorial, I'll be guiding you through on how to create a wonderful looking flyer for a laundry agency or for a cleaning agency. So in doing this, I'll be making use of Photoshop 2020. Please, if you are new to my channel, do it to subscribe, turn on the post notification to get notification whenever I upload new content. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you always for coming in. Okay, so please I would like you to give this video a like. Give this video a like, please. Give this video a like. So first and first, in order for we to create this project, we have to create the Canva workspace on which this project will be carried out on. So here you have my Photoshop interface of my Photoshop 2020. Okay, so here I'll click on the create new. Here we have the create that is the new document panel of the Photoshop. Okay, here is where we have to set our paper size and the color modes. Okay, here I'll click on the print. Under print, I'm using the A5 paper size. Okay, so here I will change the units to inches precisely. This is the measurement in inches. Okay, so color mode remains on RGB, resolution remains on 300. Okay, I choose to leave this in RGB because it will be used on social media platforms and on web platform precisely, so it's not meant for printing purpose. So here I'll click on create. So here is the Canva workspace in which this project will be carried out on. So first thing first, in this design project, we have to create a plan on how we want this project to look. Okay, so I will give you a little illustration of what I'm trying to say. So here, let me pick my tool. So the first thing we have to do here is to create our layout. Here precisely, I'll be placing in the theme, that is like the name of the brand. Okay, the name of the brand, I'll be placing it on this particular region, while over here I'll be placing my model image at this side, while at this side I'll be placing a washing machine image at this side to give an illustration of is a laundry service, and you have the cleaner there as well. Then at the background, that is behind these two images here, I'll be placing a water bubbling kind of image there to give that bubble effect on this project. Okay, so after doing that, here we'll place the list of services they are rendering along this region. We'll place it over here, and over here we'll place their contact details, and over here we'll place the company's address precisely. So without further ado, let's get into this design phase. Okay, so first thing first, we have to create our background. For me to do this, I'll slide over to my adjustment panel here, all the way to my gradients precisely. On my gradient field here, I'll slide over all the way to here precisely. Okay, this is the gradient I'm using. Let me double click. Okay, now here on my gradient editor, the gradient editor are made up of different sliders or scrubbers precisely. So at this side I have my shadow, this side I have my midtones, and over here I have my highlights. So on my highlights, here is the color code I'm using for my highlights precisely. Here is the color code. Okay, and its position, the location is on 100. While on my shadows, here is the color code I'm using for my shadows. Here is the color code, and it is position, the location is about 36 precisely. So after doing that, I click on OK. Okay, so after doing that, I also come here, change this to this precisely. I'll change the style to radial precisely. Turn on the reverse option. Okay, and scale this up a little this way. I think this is actually making sense. So after doing that, click on the OK button. That's for this. Okay, so after doing this, we'll move to the next phase where we'll be dragging in all other resources. Go to our exercise file. Please take note that the link to the exercise file is in this video description. You can get all the resources I'm making use of for this design. So come over here, drag this into the Photoshop workspace and place it over here. Scale it up and adjust it and place it around somewhere here like this. After doing that, change the blending mode of this to overlay. Okay, Ctrl T to still scale up the size and position it somewhere this size. Add a mask layer to this. Okay, after doing that, pick your gradient. Okay, come over here and come to where I have my basics here. Select the black and white precisely, left click and drag this way, and it takes it out perfectly. Okay, so that's for this. So we move a step further by adding a new layer. So for me to do this, I hit Ctrl Shift N precisely, call this noise, and I'll change the blending to soft light to soft light precisely. Turn on the fill soft light neutral color 50% gray option. Okay, right click and convert the layer to a smart object. Come over to filter here and slide over to noise. Add noise. I think this is the amount of percentage of noise I'll be adding to this. Okay, so after doing that, I'll come here, select this first layer, hold shift, select the last layer and hit Ctrl G. Ctrl G enables me to group. Ctrl G precisely, so I'll call this BG, stands for my background. So the next phase after creating of the background has to do with placing of our information. So one of the first set of information we'll be placing is called the name of the brand, Tony Laundry. So I'll paste it in here. Ctrl Enter, Ctrl T to transform and scale this up. Okay, so I'll be changing the color and other effects in it by double clicking on the layer panel. Okay, I'll come to the gradient overlay and change it to this precisely. And okay, so on my highlight here, this is my highlight precisely, and this is my shadow. So on my shadow, here is the color code for the color of my shadow, and it is positioned as 68. Here we'll have here on my highlight we'll have this color code. Okay, and here is the hex code for the color, and it's positioned at 0. That is the location. Click on OK. So I'll come here on my stroke. Okay, my stroke is good as this. Okay, and you leave other settings the way they are this way. Come to my shadows. I'll enable my shadows precisely. Okay, but let me turn off my shadow for the meantime. I'll click on OK. So here I'll be changing the font for this precisely. So I'll be changing this font for this text to another font called Microsoft. Microsoft Tiali, that's the name of the font I'm using for this. So I hit Ctrl T, bring it this way to transform it. Okay, so after doing that, position it somewhere around here. Okay, so make a duplicate of this by holding Alt and left click and drag. Okay, left click and drag can help you by holding Alt, left click and drag on the object or the text. It will help you to make a duplicate, or the keyboard shortcut is Ctrl J. It will help you to make a duplicate of that particular layer. So I pick my text tool and change this to the text laundry. Okay, so I'll hit Ctrl T, scale this down, transform it and scale it down. So I'll change the font for this particular text to Bebas. Okay, so I'll double click. I want to change the effect, the same effect on the Tony text is on the laundry text. So I'll come to my gradient here, change this to this precisely. Okay, here is the position, is located on 70, that is the location, and here is the hex code for my shadows. Okay, then on my highlight, okay, on my highlight, here is the hex code I'm using for my highlights precisely. Okay, so I click on OK, click on OK. So here I'm using the linear. You set your settings the way I have mine here. Okay, so I'll come here on my screen and adjust it this way. I can reverse the option. I need it to be around somewhere like this precisely. Okay, so that's for that. So after doing that, I can click on OK. But before that, let me go back to the layer style, double click again, go back to the layer style precisely. So after coming back to the layer style, I want to reduce the stroke on this to about 13. I noticed it was too strong. The colors remains on white, other opacity and the remaining settings should be left the same. Okay, should be set as this. Click on OK. So after doing this, we hit Ctrl T to transform and position this side by side as this, and transform this out this way. Okay, so I'll click on the OK precisely. So after doing that, come over here, pick this Tony text, adjust the size to something about this size precisely. Okay, so after doing this, I have to come here back where I have my Tony text, left click. I want to make a little adjustment to this, select the reverse option. Okay, I think this is actually good this way. Okay, adjust the settings like this as well. Okay, so come to my laundry text as well, double click, come to the gradient overlay and adjust this as well this way. Click on OK. So after doing this, I'll make a duplicate of the Tony text, Ctrl J to make a duplicate. Okay, so after making a duplicate of the Tony text, the one that has Tony copy, you drag it beneath the main Tony text. Okay, so double click on this, come to strokes. We're changing the strokes precisely to about something of this. Okay, copy the color code for the strokes. Okay, and click OK. Pick your move to make sure your move tool is actually selected. I want to give it a 3D kind of feel precisely this way. Okay, you can see how it's looking on the project. Same will be done to this other laundry text. So I hit Ctrl J. Okay, drag the copied layer beneath, double click on it, come to the stroke, double click and paste in the color code here. Click on OK. Use your move tool to adjust the position this way. Okay, you can see the effect. So here you can group them together. Call this laundry. This as well, I have to select them together, group them. So after grouping the two set of text, you pick your text tool, left click and paste this other set of text over here. So you change the fill color to white, hit Ctrl T to transform, adjust the position of the text this way. change the text to Bebas. Transform, Ctrl T, transform, and position it this way. Pick your move to adjust the position of the text. Select the layers. Ctrl T, right click, and skew. Ctrl T again to scale up the size and position your text around somewhere here this way. So after doing that, our text is now positioned this way. Still adjust the size a little. Ctrl T, left click and drag to adjust the size. So come over here. We try to add shadow effect to this set of text. So for me to do this, after grouping them, all I have to do is to double click on the layer styles comes up, click on the drop shadows. Okay, here is the opacity. You adjust the opacity. You also set the direction you want the shadow to be. I think this direction is good. Okay, I think this setting is good enough for this. Still adjust the shadows if needed. So click on OK. So I'll come over here where I have this shadow, this drop down shadow. All I have to do is hold Alt on my keyboard, move your mouse on where you have the drop down shadow, hold Alt, left click and drag, and apply the same effect on the laundry text. You can see the effect here as well. I see it here. So same effect can also be applied to this other set of text here by holding Alt, left click and drag on top of the text over here. You can see the effect. Okay, that's for that. So on this particular text, I'll double click. So the layer styles comes up again, and I'll adjust the opacity and the direction of the shadow. Okay, I think this is actually looking nice. This is looking nice. So after doing this, we'll bring in our next element for this design project. We'll drag in our character image here and place it here. Drag it above this. Okay, drag it above every other layer. Ctrl T on your keyboard to transform, and you scale up the size. Okay, check. Still come over here, make little adjustments to this set of text. Sorry, this set of text. Select them, adjust them towards the top, adjust the size. I think this is actually looking nice. So come here, adjust this image, Ctrl T, and adjust the size of this image this way. So I drag in the next set of image into my Photoshop as well. That is the washing machine image precisely. So I'll place it around somewhere here. Okay, and drag it beneath the cleaner image. Ctrl T, adjust the size, check. Ctrl T, adjust. Ctrl T, adjust the size as well again over here, and adjust the position this way. So Next thing in this project, we'll be working on our cleaner image here. So what we have to do here is to add more life to this image by adding curves. Okay, add shadows, clip marks, please. Need the effect to be only on the character image. Okay, add highlights where needed on the face. Add shadows where needed. Okay, you adjust the shadows, don't need it to be too strong on this project. I think it's okay this way. So come over here to my adjustment panel, slide over to my hues and saturation, and scale down the saturation. Clip mask, please, so that it won't affect the whole project. So you scale down the saturation of the model image, so about this is actually looking nice. You can see the effect before and after. Okay, so after doing that, select the layers and group them together. Ctrl G to group them. I'll call this cleaner. Okay, for this same thing will be done here. Come to my hues and saturation, clip marks, and adjust the hues slightly. Okay, so this actually looking good. So after doing this, we'll move to the next phase, which has to do with placing of the services this brand actually offers. So come to our text layer here, copy the text. Okay, come to our shapes here. That's where I have our rectangle and the rest. Make a rectangle of this nature. Okay, add curves to the edges under the property panel. Add curves. Okay, change this to a particular shade of black. I think this is good. Okay, pick your text tool, left click and paste the text here. Check, Ctrl T to transform. Ctrl T to transform the size. Change the font to Montserrat. Okay, we can set it to around medium. Okay, so after doing that, in case you don't have your character panel over here, please, you can turn on your character panel from here precisely. You can enable it from this from your windows precisely here. So hold Control, my mouse pointer changes to this, where I have this layer precisely. It changes to this. Okay, you see it in form of this. So all you have to do is to left click to make a quick selection of the rectangle. Select the text layer, pick your move to align this horizontally and vertically to the center of the shape. Ctrl T to transform. Hold Alt, left click and drag to scale from the middle. Okay, so after doing that, I want to make a duplicate of this particular rectangle. Hit Ctrl J to make a duplicate. Okay, drag the new duplicated layer beneath. Change the fill color to white by double clicking on it. The color picker comes up. Click on OK. Ctrl T and drag this way. Okay, Ctrl T, left click, hold shift and drag it this way. Okay, come to here, we have this set of information, copy them. So you click outside, paste in the text, check, change the color of the text precisely on your character panel here. Come to the colors and pick this particular shade of black. Click on OK. Okay, so here we'll change this to extra bold. That is under the Montserrat family. Okay, pick our move tool, Ctrl T, and position it somewhere around the middle of this shape. Ctrl T, hold Alt, scale up. Okay, adjust the track here, the leadings, that is space between text on the vertical axis. Okay, so position it somewhere this way. Ctrl T, adjust this a little. I think we are good to go with this. So after doing this, we select the layers and group them together. Okay, by doing this, you enable you to make your layers look more neat and organized. Okay, I'll call this services. Okay, so after grouping them, move to the next phase of this design project, which has to do with placing the contact details and the rest at this region. Come over here, place this way, create a shape of this nature, create curves of this nature, change the fill to white. So over here, after making the rectangle shape, pick your text tool, left click and paste this text over here. Check, Ctrl T to transform, scale up the size. We change this font to Montserrat precisely. Okay, so adjust this, the leadings to 0, and drag and position this to somewhere around here precisely. Come to our resource and drag in our phone icon into our Photoshop Canva workspace. Okay, check. Right click to convert it to a smart object. Ctrl T. Scale this down. Position it somewhere around here. Hold Alt. Scale this down. Okay, this is actually looking nice. Ctrl T to make a little adjustment on the rectangle. Okay, that's for this. So I can still come here and make a little adjustment to this set of information. Okay, so after doing that, all I have to do is to select this group of layers, group them together. Okay, call this call, make a duplicate, hitting Ctrl J on the keyboard, Ctrl T to transform. Okay, then you slide it this way and you slide it to the horizontal. Check, come over here, copy the contact details here, edit this and paste it into here. Okay, here we delete this icon, come to our resource and drag in the WhatsApp icon. Okay, so scale this down. Check, pick your move to Ctrl T. Check precisely. Let me scale this up. So drag this to somewhere around here. Hold Alt to scale down. Okay, if you notice, the color of my text and that of the WhatsApp icon are not same. So all I have to do is double click on the layer. The layer style comes up, come to color overlay, set it as black. Okay, pick this shade of black. Check, and we are good to go. That's for that. So the next phase, we'll pick our rectangle here and place in this over here, a rectangle of this nature. Place it around somewhere here like this. Okay, pick our move to adjust the position, Ctrl T, and adjust this. Okay, change the fill to white as well. Come to our to our text, copy our text, pick text, the text tool precisely. Okay, left click and paste. Drag the text above the rectangle layer, the new rectangle layer. Drag the text above it. Hold Ctrl on your layer panel here where you have this. Hold Ctrl, left click when you have this icon on your rectangle on your layer panel. Okay, so you select the text layer next. Pick your move to align this horizontally and vertically to the center. Ctrl D to deselect, Ctrl T to transform. So next on this project, we'll add shadows to this so that we'll have contrast between the background, that is this image, that is the cleaner image, and my information. I want to create contrast among them. So all I have to do is to come to here where I have this, double click on it, the layer style comes up. So add shadow to this, adjust the strength, the opacity precisely. Okay, check, hold Alt, we have the drop down shadow, the drop shadow, hold Alt, left click and drag the same effect to the other call icon. Okay, trying to create contrast among the elements, okay, in my design, so that this phone number won't be hidden. Okay, so after doing that, we'll come over here where I have my rectangle tool precisely. Left click this way, hold Alt, shift precisely to create an ellipse of this nature. Okay, so after doing that, we'll come to our layer where we have this. Okay, we'll double click, slide over to our gradients. I'm making use of this particular gradient for this. Here on our shadow, we have this color here. Here's the color code for the shadows. For the highlight, here the color code. Okay, for the highlight here, it is positioned at 97. For the shadows, it is positioned at 36. So click on OK. After doing that, slide over to inner glow. Okay, so we can come here, adjust the opacity. After adjusting the opacity, you can adjust this as well. Just the opacity, don't need it to be too strong. Okay, click on OK. Come to our text, select this text, copy it, pick our text tool on our tools, paste in this text here, check, change the color to white for the text. Okay, hold Ctrl to make a quick selection of the ellipse. Okay, hold Ctrl and left click on this shape icon. You notice your mouse pointer changes to this, left click. So pick your move to align the text into the shape horizontally and vertically to the middle. Ctrl D to deselect, Ctrl T to transform, and scale this up. Ctrl D to deselect, Ctrl T to transform, and scale this up. Okay, so we come over here to our character and adjust our tracking. Okay, adjust the leadings precisely. So I think this is actually looking nice. Okay, Ctrl D to deselect. So come over here, we'll have this. Select the two layers and group them together. So call this noun open. Okay, that's for that. So this as well, select them and group them together. So call this address. Okay, so by doing this, we're trying to make every layers in our layer panel more neat and organized. So call this washing machine. Okay, I think this is good this way. So after doing that, I want to make a little adjustments to this. Ctrl T, transform, and place it around somewhere here. don't need it to be on the edge. Okay, most of our alignment, we made use of the central align method throughout this design. So I'm trying to create balance over here. Okay, the cleaner image, let me still adjust this way. So the cleaner image, I'll adjust the position as well. I'm trying to create equal space on both left and right side of this design. Okay, I think we have achieved that. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of today's design. Please, if you enjoyed this video, do well to give this video a like. Do well to give this video a like. Please do well to give this video a like. And if you enjoy my content, do well to subscribe, turn on the post notification to get notification whenever I upload new content. If you're an existing subscriber, thank you for always tuning in. If you have any question, any comment, please can leave your comments, your questions in the comment section. Okay, so you can also follow me on my socials at YJ Digital World, on my socials at YJ Digital World. If you're able to achieve any design project with the help of any of my tutorial, please do well to tag me whenever I post it on your socials. Do well to tag me. Okay, so thank you guys for watching.